Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. Now, I'm so happy that I stood on the right side of history with this one as it pertains to Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner initially filing a defamation lawsuit against RayJ. As you guys remember, we have been going through the details of this case, and from the get-go, the lawsuit was filed. I was asking, how does this make any sense, knowing that you all played your part in producing and releasing this tape? Not only did you play your part, you innocently accused RayJ for over 20 years of him basically releasing a revenge tape against you. Not only did you do that to RayJ's image and reputation, your friend Jeff Bezos did it. Because if you guys have missed that part, there was some images of Bezos that was released. It is said that it was the Saudi prince that Bezos was good friends with. Then it was alleged that it was Lauren Sanchez's brother. We don't know who it is. But in Jeff Bezos' defense, when he was defending himself, he was like, oh, they're trying to blackmail me, the same thing they did to Kim and that tape. So do you see how RayJ was painted as a monster for 20 years when it came to this tape that Kim, Kris, and RayJ all agreed on, but Kris and Kim, pulled their ends out and have been playing innocent Abby. They have been blaming RayJ for 2 decades. And because RayJ basically said that Kim and Kris were being investigated by the feds, and he's working with the feds to establish a racketeering case against them, that basically threw them over the edge because RayJ said they are worse off than Diddy. But honey, isn't this proving what RayJ said to be true? Minus the racketeering. RayJ can talk about racketeering, right? Because if you really think about it, didn't they steal Brandy's credit card Kim, and they all used it and they all had to pay back Brandy, and they signed a agreement for the case never to be brought up again. Like Kim and her family, they have used this family so much, and sometimes we think that RayJ is a clown and does not give Kim a break, but when you really think of the events that went on back in the days, RayJ had every right to give Kim hell, and she deserved every moment of it. Even those moments when I was being empathetic and saying that RayJ need to give this woman a break, after seeing the evil that Kim and Kris consistently portrays against RayJ and is trying to be innocent, I'm like, RayJ did not give them enough help, because just imagine, they all agreed on the tape. When they blamed RayJ recently and RayJ went off, they called him, gave him more money, and they said, no one is going to accept blame. No one is going to talk about it. No one should talk about it. But irrespective of the fact that they signed a second agreement, reinforcing the first agreement, Kim still went on to talk about it. And irrespective of the fact that she went on to talk about it, not only did she spoke about it, she continued to blame RayJ, which is Kim breaching the agreement, but then turn around and sued RayJ for breaching an agreement when she was the one who breached the agreement. The only thing RayJ did was to come out and defend himself. And if you look at how dirty they did RayJ had every right to go off, and Kim and Kris, it doesn't matter how he went about it, he had every right to defend himself the way that he saw fit. This thing should not even be in our faces, like 3 loose, careless people doing anything they want, producing a tape for money. They should not even be in our faces. All 3, just as how they created the tape, orchestrated its release, they should have kept all of that between all 3 of them. But here they are, pushing us in the group chat. And since we're in it, we're going to talk about it. And I'm happy, as I've said, that I was saying I believe RayJ all along, because I've seen several other people from the industry with the story, and these people have good connections. Bethany Frankel, and I said that I saw the interview with an individual who either has connection to Vivid, or it was the former manager of Vivid or someone along that line, who said Kim and Kris tried to get the tape sold without RayJ, and they told Kim and Kris that would be a big legal issue. all parties in that tape as to give consent, and TMZ came back and said the same thing. TMZ said Vivid does not release a tape unless all parties who are involved in the tape signs the contract, and not only signs the contract, they have to provide proof of identity and age as well to ensure that they meet the minimum age requirements. So from that, you could know that Kim and Kris were just playing themselves, right? So now, Kim and Kris, they were shut down in their fight to keep the information about their secret 2023 settlement with RayJ from the public, based on what reports are suggesting. According to TMZ, the court docs obtained by TMZ, a Los Angeles Superior Court judge denied Kim and Kris requests to seal certain documents, including the 2023 deal. No, honey, they don't want to seal only the 2023 deal. They want to seal the details of the first agreement as well. They want to keep it all under wraps, right? But the judge is saying that the judge ruled that Kim and Kris failed to present enough evidence that the deal being made public would cause them harm. Okay? I love this for RayJ, and I love this for the justice system, because if RayJ was being oppressed for so many years by Kim and Kris, who else out there had this happen to? And I have to say, I love this, not just for RayJ, but for everyone who has been oppressed by powerful people like Kim and Kris. Now they're saying, as TMZ first reported, Kim and Kris sued RayJ in October 2025, claiming he defamed them by claiming the mother-daughter duo was being looked at by the feds. Kim and Kris denied the claims. RayJ countersued Kim and Kris, claiming they breached a secret 2023 deal when they had hashed out over the infamous X tape, right? So RayJ claimed he was paid $6 million to keep quiet about the tape forever. He claimed Kim and Kris violated the deal by talking about the tape in an episode of their Hulu show. Kim and Kris rushed to court pleading for the agreement submitted by RayJ and other documents related to the X tape to be kept on the wraps, claiming the documents contained highly confidential and private information. But the judge is saying, no, honey, the public is going to hear it all. You all painted this man to be a devil. You all claim to be innocent. You all claim you had nothing to do with it. So what do you have to hide? You know, what are you trying to hide at this point? You don't want your image to be scored. You don't want your reputation to be ruined. Judge Mathis told them that, listen, this lawsuit makes no sense. You all had an agreement. So what are you suing RayJ talking about defamation for what? Where's the defamation? Now, Kim and Kris is saying, Your Honor, please hide our dirty laundry. It's gonna ruin us. And the judge was like, no, there's nothing in this agreement that will ruin you. So can you imagine the judge is already telling you that you already have a reputation out here? It can't get worse than that. That's literally what is being said to them. Your reputation out here is so horrible. The details of the tape cannot get any worse than that. And I believe the judge is saying, y'all are doing too much. Y'all are telling lies, and the public needs to know you're telling lies. You've been lying on this man, throwing rocks, hiding your hands, and it needs to stop, right? So, Kim and Kris, they rush pleading for the agreement to be kept private, and the judge was like, no. It's not going to be highly confidential and private anymore. It's going to come out, and I love it. Now, they're saying the agreement resolved highly sensitive matter that the parties explicitly agreed to keep confidential in order to protect their families from public disclosure and respect these sensitive matters. Lawyer for the reality mogul argued, oh yeah, they should have kept their mouth shut and stop pointing fingers at RayJ. They further state RayJ opposed the request, and the judge agreed with him by ordering Kim and Kris to file unredacted versions of the deal. The unredacted versions, which means that those were not redacted. They were not taken away. So the judge is saying, Kim and Kris, you need to file the unredacted version of the deal. The judge is saying everything is going to come out, everything is going to will be put out there, and the judge is siding with RayJ. The judge agrees and says it all needs to be out in the open, and that is true. It needs to be in the open because this hatchet needs to be buried, and it needs to come to an end, and it's going to take someone with true decency to do so. And I'm happy that the court is doing the right thing. I don't think this is taking RayJ's side, and I don't think it is taking Kim Kardashian's side. The court is right in the middle on this balance, giving fairness, giving justice, because Kim and Kris, they have lied on RayJ for decades. And if you have lied on someone, and if you claim you have nothing to hide and you did not do anything, why are you asking the judge to keep the details private to save your family? The judge was like, there's nothing in the agreement that will cause any jeopardy to you or your family, so let's release it. And I'm happy the judge said that. So boo-hoo-hoo to Kim and Kris, two nasty, dirty women. And I say that without any apologies, because you have to be a really dirty, nasty person to do that to someone's child without putting yourself in RayJ's shoe to say, both parties, they have son. Kris Jenner has a son. Kim has two sons. And, they should put themselves, in RayJ's shoe and say, would I like someone to do this to my son? And at this point in time, I agree with Kanye too. He should have never had kids with Kim. He should have had them with Paris Hilton. I kid you not, because Kim is evil. Kim is evil, and I don't want her evil to fall on Kanye's kids. So, yeah, you should have really had kids with Paris, because Kim wanting to bury someone's son innocently and Kris Jenner wanting to do the same, that's the epitome of evil right there. But the judge is saying, we're gonna bring this all to the forefront. We ain't keeping any secrets here. We're gonna go a broken fridge style. No secret, nothing will be kept on ice. It will all be put out there. So kudos to RayJ for scoring another legal victory thus far. And kudos to Judge Mathis for calling this from the get-go. Well, let me know what you guys think, and we're going to talk some more in the comment section. Peace.